Just what is the Republicans' problem with Attorney General Eric Holder? Again and again, we've seen him treated rudely and roughly and unfairly. And now a group of right-wing Republicans have gone a step farther. Impeachment. Actually trying to kick him out of office. Today, 20 right-wingers introduced articles of impeachment against Holder, including several diehard birthers. The bill says the Attorney General didn't comply with a congressional investigation into Operation Fast and Furious, that he's refusing to enforce certain laws, including the Defense of Marriage Act, and that he won't prosecute individuals involved in the IRS scandals. Right. Same old lines we've heard before. But the truth is, these right-wingers have been on a rampage against Attorney General Holder for years, showing a stunning lack of respect for him and for his office.
You either lied or you were grossly incompetent in your actions.
You're well known in this town for not reading memos.
How many more Border Patrol agents would have had to die as a part of Operation Fast and Furious for you to take responsibility?
And it doesn't stop there. Republicans have even attacked him for doing his job.
You won't cooperate with a legitimate congressional investigation, and you won't hold anyone, including yourself, accountable. Your department blocks states from implementing attempts to combat voter fraud.
The Attorney General defends voting rights, so he should be run out of office? How sick is that? For his part, the Attorney General knows what this is really all about. A couple of years ago, he told the New York Times, quote, "This is a way to get at the president because of the way I can be identified with him, both due to the nature of our relationship and the fact that we're both African American." Joining me now are Congressman Adam Schiff, Democrat from California, and MSNBC contributor Goldie Taylor. Thanks for both of you being here tonight.
You bet.
Thanks, Reverend.
Congressman, what's behind this witch hunt against the Attorney General?
Well, Al, I think you put your finger on it. This is a stunning lack of respect for not only the Attorney General but his office, and I'd go beyond that and say it's a stunning lack of respect for the Constitution itself to even contemplate such an abuse of the impeachment power, which is rarely used, judiciously used. There's a very high bar in the Constitution, and it is ludicrous to suggest that impeachment is warranted, for example, where the Attorney General refused to enforce a law, DOMA, which the Attorney General believed to be unconstitutional and which the Supreme Court found to be unconstitutional.
No, but wait, let me stop you right there, because I think it's very important for the American people to understand this. You have been involved in impeachment proceedings as a member of Congress. In terms of a judge, I think in 2010, you were involved. So you know where the bar is for impeachment. And the bar has nothing to do with these almost ludicrous charges that they're raising. Don't come anywhere near the bar of impeachment, Congressman. Am I correct?
Reverend, you're absolutely correct. And, you know, we had a couple impeachments within the last decade, two federal judges, both impeachment proceedings, the prosecutions I helped co-chair. And the bar is very high. It's done that way deliberately because we don't want impeachment to become just another partisan tool in the toolbox. But that's exactly what these members want to do. They want to tear down this Attorney General. They want to tear down this president. And they're willing to do anything, including ignoring the provisions of the Constitution, which they claim to want to uphold, by abusing the impeachment power this way. It would be laughable if it weren't so destructive. And I think what they don't realize is these ridiculous allegations won't harm the Attorney General or his office, but they will harm the Congress itself by undermining the seriousness that we ought to give to that rare authority, the use of impeachment.
You know, Goldie, let me show you what the Attorney General, the present Attorney General, has been fighting for since he took office. Watch this.
We must take action to combat the gun violence that devastates too many lives and communities every day. Today, a vicious cycle of poverty, criminality, and incarceration traps too many Americans and weakens too many communities. This isn't just unacceptable, it is shameful. It is The 1965 Voting Rights Act is the signature achievement, I think, of the civil rights movement, and I am bound and determined not to let that be unraveled while I am Attorney General.
Is this obsession with Attorney General Holder based on the fact that he stands for laws that they want to see overturned and in many cases never want to see in the books? He stands for causes that they disagree with. And because to attack him is to attack President Obama, and there's some racial elements involved in this, Goldie.
Well, I think you, Reverend Sharpton, and Attorney General Holder is right about that they are attacking him because of his proximity to the president. He is, in fact, the president's wingman, and so they are extraordinarily close. They both happen to be African-American as well. But it goes even further than that. This is about codifying or putting their crazy down into a document so they can feed it back to their base. They can raise money. They can get people out to the polls in 2014 to say, look here, we took on Eric Holder over Fast and Furious. We told you it was wrong. We took him on over Benghazi. We took him on over, over DOMA and other things that we told you we would fight for you for. So what this is about fanning the flames of hatred and bigotry and pushing people to the polls on their behalf. And so the problem with that is it keeps your base incredibly small. And so the necessity of reaching out and broadening that base in order to win national elections, that gets lost in the mush. Yeah. But I'm not sure that any of the people that belong to what I call the Bozo Caucus, I'm not sure they really care about that.
You know, Congressman, I think that it is clear that this obsession has many motives. I think that one of the things that is problematic is the more that the Attorney General and his office has to deal with all of this, the less time they have to fight gun violence and other things. But I also hate to think, and I've been an activist all my life, and I believe in what I believe in, but have we come to the point in this country where we would denigrate an office and bring down the stature of the chief law enforcement officer in this country to make some cheap political points and to raise some money from a narrow base? I mean, there ought to be some things that we all respect and regard because the office may be held by people that agree with us one day.
Well, that's absolutely right. And, I would give this little thought except for the fact that this is group of people that went through with the utterly destructive and unwarranted contempt process a few years ago.
Right.
I never would have thought they would actually go to that extraordinarily absurd length, but they did. So you can't exclude anything here, and I would like to see the Speaker and the more rational leadership within the GOP condemn this, but they haven't been willing to, and I think Goldie is exactly right. This is a way for these members and others to throw some meat to their base, and whether they tear down the office of Attorney General or not, they really don't care. It also, I think, is quite correct, as you point out, they don't like what this Attorney General is doing. They don't want to see these laws, these restrictive voting laws struck down. They don't want to see the policies he's trying to promulgate in terms of some of the unfairness and inequality and disproportionate impact of our sentencing policies changed. They like the status quo, or they want to roll us back to a prior age. And it's no surprise, I guess, that they would try an impeachment of a cabinet official, something we haven't had since the 1870s, since they seem to like that period of American history better than the present.
Well, it's that period of history that they seem to like, Goldie, that may be the reason for this obsession. You'd have to say obsession, from contempt to this, on the same stuff that doesn't reach anywhere near the bar, not even in the same ballpark of an impeachment charge.
It's not even close, but let's play this out. Let's just say that Speaker Boehner lets this come to the floor of the House and that the House votes in favor of an impeachment. This then has to go to the democratically controlled U.S. Senate. Yeah. And if you think for one moment that Harry Reid's Senate is going to convict and impeach this for Secretary Holder, then you've got another thing coming.
Attorney General Holder for doing his job. Congressman Schiff and Goldie Taylor, thank you both for your time tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.